Hello and welcome to First Look. I'm Young John and today we're going to be learning how to cook rice perfectly every single time with the Zojirushi NL-BAC05. Now this is like a personal rice cooker for one person. It cooks up to 3 cups of rice in this little pot here. Now if Zojirushi doesn't know how to make rice, no one does because they've been making rice cookers for umpteen thousands of years. We're going to be learning how to prepare Asian rice, not the sticky Thai or basmati, but the Japanese and the Korean types like my favorite brand, one of my favorite brands is Kokuho Rice. Here we have Gyeonggimi. It's a Korean brand, but it's a similar type of rice grain. So without further ado, let's head on over to the kitchen. There's a page in the instruction manual with tips for cooking delicious rice. The first thing is to use the measuring cup they provide and level off the top of the rice. I'll be making 2 cups of rice, so we'll measure 2 cups of rice. Leveling off now. In you go. And here's the second cup. All the way to the top. Just make sure we fill up that cup. And then level it off. The next part should take you about 10 minutes, but there's no rush, so don't worry about it. The first step is to rinse the rice. Make sure you're using very cold water. You want to stir the rice loosely about 2 or 3 times. It should take you about 10 seconds. You should see all the starch coming out in the water. It should be like milky white. Drain the water. And you should do this 3 times. This is rinse number 2. See the starch coming out? Lots of starch. And here's rinse number 3. Swirl it around a couple of times, about 10 seconds. And that does it for the rinsing. Now we'll wash the rice by stirring the rice by hand 30 times, about 15 seconds each time. Once you're done washing it, fill it up with cold water and drain it immediately. Quick rinse. You'll notice the starchiness of the water. It's milky white once more. You're going to repeat this 2 more times, much like you did the original rinse. Everything is done 3 times. 3 seems to be the magical number. Right, we're on to the last step. We need to rinse the rice, and we do it 3 times as before. Remember, 2 or 3 swirls. It should take about 10 seconds or less. And we're done. Since we had 2 cups of rice, we'll fill it up with 2 cups worth of water. Now if you have old rice that's been sitting around a while, you might want to add a little bit more water. Now it's not sushi or brown, but it's white on the right side, so fill it up to 2 for the 2 cups of rice we had. We're now gonna plug it in. Has the time. We're gonna tap menu until we get our desired cooking function and what options you have. But what we want is the white/sushi option. You hit that orange start button and you're greeted with a nice little melody. As you can see, we have to wait about 60 minutes, so let that cook to perfection and we'll come back when it's finished. Cooking is finished and 2 things have happened here. Number 1 is the rice cooker has gone into keep warm mode and a nice little melody has sounded to alert us that the cooking has been finished if you were doing something else. This is a beautifully cooked pot of rice. My camera and the lights can't do this justice. Look how perfectly this is cooked. The last thing we want to do is stir up the rice and loosen it up. We don't want it clumping, we don't want it to burn on the bottom, we want it to remain as fluffy for as long as possible. And here is a very simple Korean meal. I know it's missing a soup, but you have the fluffy rice made with the Zojirushi NL-BAC05. And on the left, you have a variety of Korean banchan. My mouth is watering so bad, let's dig in. And that, my friends, is how you cook perfect rice every time with the Zojirushi NL-BAC05. Bon appetit! Can't wait to eat this. Oh my God. Ah. Oishii. This is so good. The rice is so good, I'm gonna have another bowl or 2 after this. This is all like side dishes called banchan. Korean stuff. It's all kind of pickled or marinated or made with, seasoned with pepper sauces and chilies. A little bit on the spicy side, but if you can stand it, it's so good. It's also why you have the rice. The rice is the main meal. You have the side dishes to help your main meal along. This here is pollock roll. It's seasoned fish eggs from pollock. Very good. This is gonna be my last chopstickful before I get some more. Empty bowl! That was so good. I'm gonna get me some more.